Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about devices for skincare and beauty and health and all that good stuff. I get asked about devices a lot, and I just got asked about a device today, and I thought, you know what, it's a good day to talk about devices. So I'm going to start talking about devices. I'm going to start with the most common ones I get asked about is actually the one I get most asked about is probably the Nira, which is a laser device. And I own this. It was pretty affordable. It's meant to help with fine lines and wrinkles. And it's got a pretty small face on there. So it's a really small area. And you just use this around your eyes, mouth, wherever you have fine lines and wrinkles. And over time, it will help build collagen and skin. This one is not painful. It stings a little bit, but not anywhere compared to the other two I'm going to recommend. This one is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's probably a nice one for beginners or those without harsh wrinkles. But for people with a little bit tougher wrinkles, there's a device called the Tria. And I got this from Sephora, and I've probably had this now 9 years, 10 years maybe. Maybe not 10, but a while. They also had an eye device, which is just for the eye area. That one went kaputs and dumped it. It worked for a few years, but nowhere near as this. This one's also got a bigger face. So this one you can use over your entire face, and it's got 3 different levels, so different strengths. You can see I have it on the 3rd strength, and a full session on strength number 3 takes about 20 minutes. I think it's 5 minutes an area. So you do your forehead, then you do your cheeks, and then your mouth area. So this one's good. I use this one frequently. It's very handy, rechargeable, all of that good stuff. Sephora doesn't sell this one any longer. But there's a couple sites that do sell it, so I will try and link to them below because they're worth checking out. So this is one of the ones I would recommend. And then last but not least for wrinkles is the Iluminage. They used to call it the age-defying skin smoothing laser, something like that. This one also has a small face. You can see it. So this one you use around your eyes and mouth. Literally, it's too big. It's too small of a face to use all over your whole face, but typically, wrinkles start around your eyes and your mouth. So this one, I will say, hurts. I'll turn it on. There you go. So it's on. I literally have had this one now probably 6 or 7 years, maybe 8, and I have not got past the low strength. If you can see it on there, it says low. I have not been able to use it on the high strength because still, even after that long, it hurts on the high strength. So, oh, there's the high strength, which I have yet to use. Maybe someday I'll get there, but it hurts. You want me to do it on a video? It does hurt. I can do one. Yeah. And when you hear the ding, that means it works. If you hear the that means you pulled it off too soon because it hurt. Anyway, so I know, I am a wimp. Anyway, so for wrinkles, if they're mostly around your mouth and eyes, this is great. If you have wrinkles around your entire face area, the Tria is what I recommend, or you can use both of them like I do. So typically I don't use it a ton during the winter because they do make your skin kind of dry and a little bit red, flaky. You can use a good ointment afterwards, but overall these have helped a ton fight off wrinkles and things like that. So you just have to be committed to using them. And the Nira is better for beginners or people that have a very low pain threshold. Again, this one is only going to be around your eyes and mouth because of the small face on it. So those are what I get asked about the most. Probably the second most thing I get asked about would be red light therapy. Here's my little device. So I did a video a while back. I looked up several of the most popular red light sellers. And you can look who they buy through. Most of their devices are made in China and then shipped here. And on a site called Import Yeti, you can look up the company and then see which vendor they use. And you can pretty much get the generic version without paying $1,000 for it. In the US, there is a glitch, or not a glitch, there's a hitch to that. Hitch to that. There's a caveat to that. If you have an issue, like it breaks, there's no real warranty because you're buying it from Alibaba in China. So if you feel more comfortable spending more, I mean, I guess with the price I got this one for, I could probably buy 4 of the Cellumas. That was the company I was looking for. I could probably buy 4 of them, so I guess if this one breaks after a while, I could just buy a new one. I don't like the thought of just dumping it, but most of those red light panels, and even the solar panels, almost all of them are made in China. So the people that sell them here, generally, most often are buying them from China and then reselling it here. So that's kind of my idea with that. So for red light is great for anti-aging. However, I would be very cautious with a device that has red light and near infrared light on it. I do not recommend using the infrared light setting on your face. It can be used for other purposes, like some people use it for pain and things like that. I know our vet has a infrared light that they use for animals, for soreness and things like that. The infrared light, in my opinion, especially if you're prone to hyperpigmentation melasma, it leaves a little bit of an opening there for that you might get more hyperpigmentation using the infrared light. It's still relatively new technology. I'm comfortable using red light on my face. I'm not comfortable using infrared light on my face because my experience when I have tried the infrared light setting, my hyperpigmentation gets worse. When I just use the red light setting, it doesn't. However, that being said, there's some people who may be prone to hyperpigmentation from either one. So use it with caution, pay attention to your skin. After a couple sessions, if you notice things changing for the worse, stop using it and be very, very cautious. There's some research out there. A lot of research is showing that it's beneficial, and then there's some people don't necessarily believe in it. So do your digging on it. Don't listen specifically to what I say, because perhaps you fall into a category where it might not work for you, or maybe 20 years later they'll find out it wasn't good at all. But you know, when I use it, I do notice more benefits and soothing benefits and things like that. So I'm a believer at this point, but that is subject to change. I mean, I had an opinion on some of those collagen peptide supplements that they weren't beneficial, and they're being shown to be beneficial. Although my thought was more on the biotin and things like that, but anyway, I'm always open to new things. Okay, another thing I get asked about a lot is microneedling. So you've got these old-fashioned ones, which are handy. However, the angle that the microneedles go into your skin may not be super great. And if you reuse them more than once, they're not sterile, and they're prone to bend and break and could do more damage. So there's lots of great tools that are alternatives to it, like the microneedling or the doctor pen. And these are nice because you can just screw off the tip of these, and they come with replacement tips. And then every time you use it, you have a new tip that's fresh, that's sharp, that won't irritate you. This one is the Ora version of it, but the doctor pen is probably the most popular one. These are great, but do your reading before you start using it. Because I thought, you know what, I'm somebody that doesn't read directions. I'm like, I'm going to build this chair. I'm just going to start going for it. You know what I mean? And a lot of times that works, and a lot of times it's not great. So read the directions, because there's different settings, there's different lengths, there's different speeds, and different areas you use it on require different lengths and different speeds. So do your digging out, but overall this is a great device. Honestly, I like going to my esthetician for it, because she does a great job, and she uses some of these nice topical brightening ingredients for it. And I'm kind of a baby, and when she's doing it, I'm not thinking about the pain. You know what I mean? But use a good lidocaine or, numbing cream before you do that. Okay, so I've talked about that. Another thing I like for cleansing, so for a long time, these Ultrasonic brushes were very popular. Ooh, that brush head on there doesn't look the greatest. These are very popular. I like the brush for the foundation application. For cleansing, though, I found I really just like these little silicone sponges. This one I bought on Amazon probably 10 years ago. It kind of looks like it needs to be replaced because it's getting kind of dingy and dirty. And it still works. The name on this one is Halicare. I probably got it for $10 and it's still going. In that time, I've had multiple Foreo sponges that have died on me. And those are like 20 times the price. So I didn't have good luck with Foreo, but most people do have good luck with Foreo. I just happened to have a string of a couple of them that just didn't keep working. Another brand called PMD, they make something like this, which is great too. I find these are nice to get a really nice deep clean on without the brush kind of being irritating or drying. So those are worth checking out. And speaking of PMD, these are Dermaplane devices, and they use a little sander. Don't recommend those. Don't use those because it uses suction action, and then this gets very close to your skin, and I've heard more people get their skin damaged by these than it's helped. Especially on the eye area, the suction will be too strong and it'll pull, and they'll get bruises and things like that. I don't recommend these. I guess some people probably, they must sell a lot, so some people must have good luck with them, and if it does, go for it. But I just think the potential for damage and injury to the skin is higher in those than not doing it or using a gentle exfoliant, chemical exfoliant, things like that. What else do I have? A couple other random things. A light toothbrush. I don't think this is charged, but it has a blue light in there. It's supposed to brighten your skin. Or not brighten your skin, brighten your teeth. But on the outside of them has these very rigid bristles. I used this once and my teeth did not like it, so I never used it again. Go Smile, that's what it is. Yeah, I just found these to be more although my teeth and gums are pretty sensitive, so take that for a grain of salt. Dermaplaners. I've tried so many different dermaplaners. I've had good luck with most of them. What is this? This is the Michael Todd Sonic Smooth. This one is the Spa Sima. However, I just had the best luck with just this cheap one. And I'll try and link to it below at Amazon. I think, what's the name of it? Anyway, I can't remember the name of it, but it's cheap. The refills for it are cheap. Literally just take the blade off. And it's a really nice dermaplaner compared to some of the other ones that are more expensive. I think the Sima Spa one, I think this was like $30, so not very expensive. The Michael Todd one was probably $100. And there's another brand, Dermaflash, that makes them too, but I just had the best luck with the cheapest one. Go figure. Sometimes the cheapest is the way to go on that. Speaking of Dermaflash, they make this Sonic Spatula, which you can use it to exfoliate pores or push serums into skin. This one, I'm just not very good with it. Maybe if you have larger pores or blackheads and things like that, it might work better, but I find more often than not when I try to use it, I go over the top and I peel my skin off. So I've kind of stopped testing this one out for that reason. But it might be better if you're more gentle than I am with it. Maybe I'm just too intense. Nobody's ever told me that before. I'm too intense, right? So, yeah. And at the price, I didn't pay full price for this. I got this on GMA deals for half off, but I've never had really good luck with this brand because most of the things I bought, the first one of this, it wouldn't charge after it was dead. Same thing with their Dermaplaner, wouldn't charge after it was dead. I went through like 3 of those through QVC. I'm like, nope, not doing that anymore. The Nuface, this one required too much commitment from me. You really need to do it every day, usually every morning. And it's radio frequency, so you smooth over your skin, and the electrodes in here stimulate your nerves. The results on this were so short-lived and not long-lasting. It really requires you to use it every day, and I just couldn't do it. I can do something a couple times a week, but I can't sit there for 10 minutes a day doing this. It's just, I'm just not that good at that. What else do I have? Hair removal devices. Tria, I think. Oh, this is the Silicone Flash and Go, which you replace the cartridge for. These are great for light. You have to have light skin and dark hair. Or the better version is the Tria, which also is very small, so you really can only use this on small areas. And this one is, again, light skin and dark hair. If you have dark skin and dark hair, it really looks for pigment on your body. And this one actually has a thing here, so if you have to put it on your skin for it to turn on. So it says locked, and then if you have light enough skin, if your skin is too dark, it's not going to turn on because it could damage the skin. So take that as you will. Oh, scale. I've got a scale that I love. Renpho scale. This one has an app to your phone, and you can connect it so it records your weight. So if you weigh yourself once a day, it will plat it out on a nice, handy chart. I love that. It's really not skincare related, but yeah. Oh, 2 more things. plasma device. This requires a lot of finesse and skill, and I don't recommend most people do this at home, especially if you're going to do it on your face. A lot of estheticians started doing plasma treatments on their people's faces, and then stopped doing it because sometimes it wouldn't heal, sometimes it look like little dots. I bought this just to use it on like little red spots, like I've got like a red spot on my hand, little treatments like that where it's not on my face. I'm okay doing that. I don't think I'd touch my face with it at this point, knowing what I know, but some people have used it and really rejuvenated their skin. The plasma helps build new collagen in skin if it works properly. But if it doesn't, yeah, I would, if you're going to try it on your face, test it out first. Oh, last but not least, my Nebulyft. I've got so many devices, it's nuts. Well, it's because I'm nuts. Oh, I can't get out of the box. Hang on. Come on. Okay, I'm coming. Let's get it. There we go. Okay. So it comes with a wireless charger. So this one uses a couple different things. It's supposedly to treat wrinkles and acne and things like that. And you just put gel on it and use it on your skin. And I liked it. But this was another one kind of like the Nebulyft. Or not the Nebulyft. The Nuface, where you need to commit to doing it every day. And I just couldn't do that. But I still like this device. I still will use it occasionally, but I'm just not as committed. But I think for some people, it might really work well. But you got to set 20 minutes aside in your day. And if I'm going to pick 20 minutes to set aside, and I have to pick one of these things to do, generally I'm going to pick the lasers. You know what I mean? If I did all of these every day, I could probably be in the bathroom for 3 hours. If I did all of these. But I don't, so I pick one, and usually it's the Tria or the Iluminage. So anyway, just random thoughts. I don't know. Leave a comment with your thoughts or questions below, and I'll try and find these devices. I mean, some of them, like this Iluminage, was sold at Nordstrom for a long time, and now they're not there. The Tria I bought from Sephora, and Tria is not really at Sephora anymore. You know, so I'll try and find them where I can and check out the links. Most of them will just, some of them have links to a refurbished ones, so just check it out and see, because I don't want anybody to buy something thinking it's brand new or something, and some of these are refurbished. So anyway, okay, leave a comment with your thoughts, and I will see you guys more tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.